God damn. Test for the YouTube gaming stream, see if it works. We got some contracts. Fucking plenty of contracts. Do I get 4? Oh, that one. No, not that one. Not sure if I should have sold some of the packs potentially. Take that one. Definitely contracts galore here. Oh shit, wrong button again. Welcome to anybody who's tuned in just to see. I'm just seeing how a YouTube AFL or gaming stream on YouTube actually works. I've never actually done a gaming stream on YouTube before. It's always been on Twitch. So if you are watching and want to have a chat about footy or whatever, feel free to say g'day. And even if you've got any feedback on how it's going through on YouTube, I can see I've got that watermark button over my head, which I forgot about. So I'll have to switch camera sides for that, but that's okay. God damn, got 45 of those. Don't know if I've got enough coins to get a... I might quick sell some of these. Try and crack a couple of actual packs. I should have done that to all of them, shouldn't I? That was a bit stupid. Archie, how are you, mate? Aiden, hey, how are you, buddy? What's going on? How's the NBL treating you? Going well, thanks, mate. Archie, well, in regards to the trailer, I would definitely be keeping an eye on the socials in the coming days, is what I would be doing. And they're not packs. No, I want to buy. I want to see how much I've got to buy a pack. But yes, we'll hope we should see something sooner. So it'd be good to see the AFL made their post tonight with the banner about it coming out on May the 8th, which is good. So yeah, they are obviously getting right behind it. Not a bad off season. Nah, that's good to hear. Do you get to relax much in the off seasons? They leave you alone? Oh, I don't have enough XP. Shit, might have to sell some cards. Kids are going well. Yeah, obviously got all the school stuff. The boys start Auskick on Friday, so that'll be interesting. Well, one's doing Superkick and one's doing Auskick. Yeah, like I wasn't a real big fan of Auskick last year, the actual program, and I don't know whether I don't know whether it was more to do with the fact there was just like a lot of kids participating and they just didn't handle it well enough. But we just found there was a lot of standing around and a lot of not doing anything, which meant the kids kind of got bored. They lost concentration, and it was a bit of a dog's breakfast, to be honest. It took a little bit too long to get things set up, and then they weren't really playing the game at the end. Like most kids who sign up for Auskick, it's all about playing the game of footy at the end. At least that's what it was like when I played and coached Auskick, but it didn't quite pan out that way. So he's a little bit dejected. But Super Kick is kind of the step between junior footy and Auskick. So they actually send through, it's really cool, they actually send through what the drills are going to be for that session. And so there's 2 drills. So it's an hour session, there's 2 drills and then a game. So hopefully we get a fair crack at it. But fair enough. Yeah, possibly, Odin, possibly. Corn is, what? Is munted with a head. What does that mean, Adam? I mean, cane corns? Zach, how are you, mates? Yeah, Robbo, I thought I'd fire it up. Like I said, and you know, you'll know from the Pink Panda days, I've never streamed on YouTube from a gaming sense. So I thought we'll see how it goes. Oh, how many cards have I got in my starting lineup? Jesus Christ. Yeah, thought we'd do that and just see how it goes. Yeah, that's it. I just want them moving, and it was frustrating to watch, but I didn't want to get involved because I'm obviously very appreciative of the work they do and that it's hard having that many kids there and maybe not enough parent helpers. I would have put my hand up to help myself, but because we had our other kid there too who wasn't participating at the time, he was wanting to get involved and play and do all that kind of stuff. So having to try and keep him out while the eldest was playing was, yeah, the juggling act. But they're both playing this time in different age groups, thank God, because that would have been a disaster of sorts. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. Yeah, Adam, what do you reckon about, or what does everybody reckon about North Melbourne taking that stance against Cane Corns today? I reckon it was quite good. I'm all for it, and I'm actually, and I'm maybe not directing this so much directly at Cane Corns, but just the media in general with how unaccountable they are for the shit they say, which we all know and see for our own clubs. I'm actually more shocked that more teams haven't done that, made such a public stance on it. So it was kind of cool to see him take that type of stance. And it was interesting because Laura Kane come out today and said the game's never been in better state. But yet we've had a club ban a media personnel. We've had 2 players contest their suspensions, and one got overturned and one didn't for almost an identical infringement. And there was something else that happened today that I was like, what the hell? How can you say it's in a good state? I can't remember what it was. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, I'm going to play a game, Kalala. I was trying to sell some cards so I could buy some better packs to see what's in there. Rob, I can't just yet. Other than to keep your eye on socials over the near future is all I can kind of say at the moment. Like my coach basketball, that's it. Let him move, burn energy. All right, let's open this pack. We'll see what happens here. Hey, Braden, how are you, mates? Yeah. I just thought I'd fire it up and see how the stream goes on YouTube. Like I said, I've never tried it before on YouTube, so I don't really know if it works any better, worse, different, what the go is. So if anyone's got feedback, let us know. We'll open this pack though, Meta Breakers, and then we'll play a couple of games. But no, very excited for AFL23 to come out. Oh, that was a bit. I mean, the cards look cool, but I wanted an Emerald. Oh, Ryan Mansell. Well, I don't have any of these players, but I don't even think I'll use any of these players, truth be told. I might have enough coins for one more pack, though. I don't think today, near future, no. But I'm often wrong with various things in life, so we'll see what happens there. But no, good to see. I think the positive sign is seeing once the AFL jump on board, then you know things are rolling. I probably can't afford any more packs at the moment, but we'll play what's in coach battles. Yeah, it's truthfully been a little while since I fired the game up, to be honest. 5-minute quarters, 2.5 minute quarters. I will do 2.5 minute quarters. That'll do. Not too fussed about what the rewards are and whatnot here. I'll try hard. We'll see how we go. So it's just actually the reason why I wanted to, other reason why I wanted to fire it up too was more, well, for a couple of reasons. One, to refresh my memory on how to play. Because I haven't played pretty much any video games for a few months. It's just been hectic. But I wanted to see, like, what other things last minute can I pick up and notice from this that I'm wanting to see differently in 26. So it's more to try and get a bit more of a direct comparison in some ways. So, because I saw a lot of comments about the signage around the ground and the scoreboards, and they're probably things that I've never really noticed when playing this and even when streaming it, because you're kind of so involved with the chat, with the game, that you sort of miss some of the finer details. So I was kind of just wanting to see what people were meaning there, so it gives me something to look out for. Has anyone got any of those small nitpicking things that you've noticed? So a few people were mentioning that the scoreboards weren't showing anything, or it was like maybe a still shot or something like that. I remember that it was working at one point in time, but maybe it stopped working at some stage. The grind Myers kicking style. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they've done any more there with specific animations. Like, we also know that some players did have... Oh, I can't remember what camera angles I've got this on too. We also know that some players did have very specific animations, and grind Myers kicking action is very unique, isn't it? So it would actually be a good one to have. Oh fuck! I'll get down there. Oh no. Oh, Roachy, disco! Oh no. Oh, he got away. Dude. Ah. It worked and it didn't. Okay, so the scoreboards on and off, were they? And obviously I can't see one at the moment, which is annoying. And someone else was mentioning something about the signs around the ground. Like, I can't remember exactly what the comment was in relation to. So the scoreboard I can see there for First People Stadium is definitely showing what's in the game, what's happening right now. So that's good. I'm assuming that's what people want to see. But there obviously must have been a point in time where it wasn't doing that, I'm guessing. So hopefully that rolls over. The sponsor signage around the ground, people were saying maybe at one point in time it was at stationary, or it wasn't doing anything. Oops. Outside of that, but it looks to be rotating at the moment, or like scrolling, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, if there's any other small bits and pieces that... Oh no. Oh, Dusty. Dusty. Dusty! What a goal. Sam Draper shouldn't have an option to drop punt it. It should be all snap. That's very good, Aiden. I like that. It's pretty unbelievable. Like, I was at the Essendon Port Adelaide game at Marvel earlier this year, or the other week, should I say. And he's like marking it straight in front, and he's going for a snap, and we're all like, what is he doing? But he obviously must have license to do it. And it's one of those things that players will get license to do shit like that until it goes wrong. And then when they start missing regulation shots, that's when coaches will start being like, nah, enough of that. Kick a drop punt, mate. It's just remarkable. Like, could you imagine a Jason Dunstall, a Tony Lockett, a Severio Rocker, like someone like that back in the day, kicking snaps from 25 meters straight in front? It would be unheard of. They would... It's just changed so much. Yeah, with Castagna, exactly. Yeah. And it's just players must just feel comfortable kicking around the body. I guess maybe they're hitting a wider part of the ball, so it... Yeah, I don't know. Dave, how are you, mate? Yeah, great to see Dusty kick another goal. That's it. And that's one of the big reasons why I want to get back into playing AFL23 specifically when it comes out, because obviously we've got all the new draftees, and then as a gamer, there's a genuine appeal for me anyway to want to be able to play as the young Cubs and to take them through a season and shit like that. So yeah, there's definitely that I want to be able to do. You know, to have Sammy Lawler in the guts and Luke Trainer in defence, Armstrong, have all those guys running around. There's definitely an appeal to do that. I've not ever worked for Big Ant or anything of the sort. It's a tricky one to answer. Like I've said, a lot of my relationship with Big Ant, a lot of it stems from my real life job. So it's not entirely about the fact I stream content or do anything like that. Some of it is, but a lot of it's to do with my actual job. But no, so I've never worked for them, never been paid by them, never done anything other than go in there, get the footage, have some good open conversations with them about the game, what I like, what I don't like, what I think they could maybe try and do based on all the feedback that you guys give, because a lot of you have far better ideas than I do. And yeah, it's just been cool to have transparent conversations along the journey to try and help. Because, at the end of the day, like I've said many times over, I'm just a footballing gamer nuffy like everyone else, right? And I just want to have the best game possible for us to all play. And if there's a small role I can play by having conversations with the right people to try and have things updated, implemented, whatever you want to call it, then great. And if I can take, your guys' ideas to them and be able to speak about it openly, then, I'll definitely always try and do that. But the game, I believe, has been in the works for a while. So I went in just before, I don't know if I'm going to kick this goal or not. I went in there just before Pro Team launched, which was about 8 or 9 months ago. And that was the first I heard of AFL23. So I knew about it then. And then obviously what I don't know is how long before that moment in time had they already been working on it. But at a minimum, it's been at least 8 or 9 months that they've been working on it for. And if I was guessing, I'm going to say it's a lot. When I say a lot's probably a hard word to get a gauge on, but I would say at least over a year. You would have to think it's been in the works for if it was at least 8 months since I knew. And I saw someone make a really good point today on, I don't know what page I saw it on, but it's in relation to the player career mode. So obviously player career mode was meant to be in AFL23 and then got sort of put to the side at the last minute for Pro Team. So that, and their point being that, well, maybe because it got put to one side for AFL23, they've potentially been able to work on that for 2 or 3 years then, because I believe they had bulk of it done, ready to go for AFL23, and then they just made the decision to swap it to Pro Team. So potentially they've been able to work on that part of the game for, oh, thank God I hit that and didn't play on. Potentially they've been able to work on that part of the game for a bit longer, which gives me a little bit of hope that we're going to hopefully see a really cool and really deep player career mode, because I think it's one of those modes that we all know and love from like EAFC and NBA 2K and things like that. And I think a lot of us will go into a game mode like that with a lot of expectations, me included, with what you want to see it do. So obviously I'm hoping for a heap of depth in the play career mode. Like, you want to be able to play under 18s, get drafted. And I've seen a few people even say, well, can we play in like the sandful or the waffle and get drafted that way, which is a really good question. So hopefully they can do that too. And then, yeah, you want to be able to, for me, it's the small things like making sure being drafted is meaningful, in the sense that, I don't know whether you can have a draft combine. I would love to see a draft combine. I reckon that would be amazing, where your stats would actually be meaningful, like doing little fitness tests or skill games or whatever. But you don't want to have just a blanket storyline where everyone goes at pick 5, for example, but it's just a different club. Like, you want to have that variation. And if there's a way that we can have skill-based elements where it impacts the outcome, even better. And then I want to have a heap of objectives in there. Like, per game, you've got to have, if you're a forward, you've got to kick a goal a game, or you've got to have 4 or 5 marks, or whatever it might be. Small things that if you don't achieve the objectives, then maybe it impacts your team performance, or you might get dropped, or you might get less minutes on the ground, kind of like what we see for EAFC and things like that. So they're probably the things I'd love to see for the play career mode, as well as like obviously all the in-game mechanics and shit like that. But in terms of a feature perspective, that's probably what I'm most keen to ask them about. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't paying attention then. I'm not going to get there. Could you try and do an interview into the future of AFL26? What do you mean? In what sense? It'll be interesting as they have their rugby union game that just come out. The tennis game time break. Yeah. So I truthfully don't know a lot about how the rugby or the tie break game went. They're just not sport titles that I would typically play. But has anyone else played any of those? anyone else, yeah, played any of those games? Because I believe that gang tackles will be in AFL26, I'm pretty sure. And I think I read somewhere that that was in one of the rugby games. I don't know if it was this one or if it's in a previous one or what the go was. But I know gang tackles has been something a lot of people have been asking for. So I really don't know how it was executed in rugby games and how it all looks, but I'll be interested to see how it goes in the AFL games. Because tackling's, I reckon, such a hard thing to get right. Like, it's either a massive swarm and everyone's piling in, or it's not often enough. But as long as they fix the teleporting part of the tackle so that doesn't happen anymore, that was probably the biggest issue that people were having, I reckon, with the tackle side of things. Oh, shit. Oh, I got it. And the scoreboard's still working. That's good. 50-metre penalties is probably the other one that people want to see back in there as well. Again, that was another weird one, wasn't it? Because I remember there were 50-metre penalties. Oh, that's a shit handball. At one point in time, and then they kind of disappeared. So hopefully we get all those free kicks and stuff back in where they should be. Oh, I could have almost been tackled there. Oh, would have had a long-range shot then if you had to mark that. So this probably won't be a long stream either. This was this might finish up in about 15-20 minutes. I was just wanting to see how it all goes. But quality-wise, is it coming through YouTube all okay? Is it streaming like you would expect it to? Oh, Dusty's beaten one. Oh, he's run too far. And he slotted the goal too. That's devastating. That's devastating. Oh, I can do a video with Ross. I'd love to. If I remember correctly, he owes me an interview. He said he would do one way back when. So I'll definitely charge up my GoPro and my wireless microphone in case, because I've never actually met Ross, believe it or not. So all the times I've been in there, which is what, maybe 3 or 4, whatever, Ross has never been there. He's always been on travels because they got the cricket game as well. He's off doing that stuff and whatever. So I've never actually been in there the same time as him. But if he is there, I want to have my camera and my microphone there in case I can get a chat with him, which would be cool. Because there's definitely a lot of questions I'd love to ask, not only in relation to AFL26, but in relation to 23 and sort of some of the things that happened there and what learnings were taken from it and things like that. I'm not sure if I'd be pushing my luck asking those type of questions, but I think it'd be good to get answers to it, so we all have a bit of an understanding of what happened and what's been done to, I suppose, avoid the same things from happening and things like that. And then just to get a really good gauge on what he's looking forward to most for 26 and, you know, the work they've done, what they're most proud about and stuff like that. So I think there'd be definitely good topics and conversations to be had. He's just never been there when I've been there. But I'll definitely take a microphone and stuff just in case, I reckon. I've got to actually find that. Less laggy, is that right? That's good. Does it still work? Yes. I mean, it says it's got excellent connection and shit like that, so that's a positive. That's a positive. Did everyone see... What did everyone think about the 2 appealed suspensions today in the AFL? When we had Adam Chera have his suspension overturned for like a hit to the head at a contest, trying to shove someone off. And then Hinge have his suspension upheld for the same type of incident at a contest. I cannot wrap my head around how they were treated differently. Surely if one got off, then both got off. I would have... I've got no issue with them getting off those charges either, because, yeah, you can see that they're just trying to shove an opponent in the chest to create some separation. I don't think they actually mean to hit him high. And they're getting niggled and tagged and shit like that. But yeah, the fact that there was 2 different results was just ultra confusing. Very confusing. Oh, I won't read that comment out, Aiden, just in case I jinx it. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Haven't yet, Robbo. No, haven't yet got a proper date. All I was told is it'll be early next week, and they're just going, like, as of the other day, they were just going through to organise the times. Like I said, there could be other people that go in over the weekend or on Friday. I really don't know what this full schedule is for everybody or who everybody even is, other than that, yeah, I want to be next week. So hopefully I can capture some footage of... I've asked if there's anything I can get with like a footy's being scanned and stuff like that as well, which would be good. Hopefully we can organise something there. Nice little win on hard. Very good. Frederick, how are you, mates? Nah, definitely very hyped. Definitely hyped. It's always, you know, any AFL game that comes out, I'm always going to be excited for, no matter what, because, like I said earlier, we're all just footy nuffies wanting to get a good, fun AFL game to play, and yeah, hopefully that's what's delivered. Yeah, so career mode, there's a couple of, I suppose they've got to, yeah, they've really got to, oh wait, it's 5-minute quarters. 5, 10, oh, that's probably a bit too long. Team of the week, we'll do that one. I'll do it on hardest. We'll see how we go. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, so the career mode and play career mode, definitely got to make sure that that's deeper, is the best way to put it. It was obviously lacking quite a bit last time, and then it just didn't receive the love that it probably needed and deserved. And like simple things like the inbox system for the injuries, I'll be utterly gobsmacked if that's not fixed. I'll honestly be disappointed if that's not fixed, because that is an easy kill, just a way to be able to tell when a player is injured, because it's a pretty important thing to be able to know in the game. So hopefully that's been one of the things fixed. But obviously you want to be able to trade and draft your players correctly, have all the proper number assignments and the growth. Like, I know the players got older, but I think there's a bit of a struggle with the young players coming through and their development. It didn't kind of align and work properly. The scoreboard live play works. Set shot. Yes, the scoreboard was working. Yep. So I don't know whether it's dependent on the ground, whether people had issues with different stadiums, but the game I just played, the scoreboard definitely was playing the live action of the game, which is perfect, which is exactly what you wanted to do. But like I said, something will be at some point in time, it mustn't have been working, because a lot of people have noticed it. So that's a good one to have at least seen and keep an eye out for next week. Yeah, I messaged Sharpie the other week. I'll send him another message tonight to confirm. I thought I'll wait till I get a bit more official stuff before letting him know, but I'll shoot him a message. I would assume, Robbo, I would assume that they would have multiple camera angles available for the play career. It's actually a really interesting question with what camera angle they're going to go with, because there's so many different options. Like, I know Sharpie's one's a little bit closer and tighter in than what mine is. I used to also like the pulled back one on the side, but that's probably not really going to be good for. Oh, it might be okay for player pro or play career. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they've done much different there. It's such a personal preference, isn't it? Oh, so it wasn't working during the set shot. Right. Okay. Let's keep another eye out for that here then. That's interesting. That's good to make a note on. Good eyes. So what am I playing this on? Hardest. Okay, so if we can see there in live play, it is working. Just missed the mark. Probably should have gone the sport. So the set shot. So it's working for them on the set shot. So then we've got to see if it works for me on the set shot, the scoreboard. Vertex somewhere in the realms of that area, without saying too much. So now we're going to try and make a mark. Okay, some venues work and some don't. Right, so that's probably what people are getting at there. Maybe I was just playing at one where it worked a bit more than it. Oh, run through the ball. Jackie boy. Oh no, you just sit at the back of the pack, son. What are you doing? See, even that Specky, I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure they've announced that there's new Specky animations, didn't they, on part of that JB post? But even that was like a little bit glitchy and teleporty, wasn't it? That last few steps. So hopefully that's all been tweaked. And that's what I mean. Like, it's a 2 years is a long time in gaming development, I feel, and hopefully the tech's come a long way with the engines they use, or whatever it all is, that it cleans it all up. Jack. Is there anything else people are looking forward to seeing or hoping to see in AFL 26? Oh, have I kicked that? I reckon that's missed. That was Wiedering. Typical defender kick. See, like that one-on-one contest there, that's where I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the jostle and the bumping. Like, I'm not saying that Dusty would have won that jostle because he was clearly undersized. But I remember in like earlier titles, you could definitely sort of jostle and work your player under the ball to then try and take a mark. So I'm hoping we see a bit more of that. Bumping, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I think from the small video that was shown was Isaac Heaney, it did look a bit better. But like, those videos are always tricky to gauge by with any game. and all games do it right. They'll release something that's got like a cinematic trailer and stuff like that. But the reality is that as players of the game, we don't even see or have or use those camera angles or abilities while playing. So it almost doesn't mean anything when games use those. They look nice, but it's not what we see, if that makes sense. You want to see more. You'd love to see the Specky in more real time in game. Oh, geez, I'm getting done here. Bumping, definitely want to see more bumping. Agree. Plays on the bench. Yeah, that was one I never really noticed. Oh yes, okay. So over there's no players on the bench. Funny that we said that and it's staring us right in the face. Oh, you gotta get that straighter. And I reckon I'd love to see the tactics get a little bit of a tweaking as well. We'd love to see some new tactics. I'd love to be able to change tactics while watching someone else take a set shot or during like a little cutscene or whatever. That would be handy too. Oh, Joe Danaher. I know I'm not too far out. Oh, but... Oh, that's rubbish. Roachy! Jesus, Dusty just fires off the handball. Oh, your little cutscene. Yeah, okay, I get you. It'd be interesting to see what the new cutscenes all are, because they're probably things that start to feel stale after a while, aren't they? When you play, you see the same like half-time scene and shit like that. But I don't think there's any or many games, if at all, that would update cutscenes on the fly as such as there. So we're often having to wait till a new game comes out. Ah, who marked that? Jeez. Oh yeah, scouting players from the academy. That's a good one, Fred. That would be good. Because that's... Oh no, I should spoil that. Oh god. Because that's obviously something that's been able to be done quite well in FIFA or EAFC, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know how advanced that kind of stuff is in terms of like a budget for AFL versus that. But, oh shit. That would be good to see something like that though, I agree. That'd be really impressive to be able to scout. No, I should have handballed. Oh, there's plays everywhere.
He hasn't kicked it very well. No one can mark. Wiedering, he's lost it. Sicily.
Oh.
Mills has eyes only for the footy. Throws it on the boot. Step
Oh, go.
Maybe he could have gone in.
Tomahawk. Oh, I don't like cheering your name.
And they see it out. What are your thoughts, Gaz?
Yeah, sub should show a cutscene. Yeah. I think just the whole drafting and recruiting process needed to be given a bit of love. Oh, shit. Anyway, I think. Oh, socket it at the post. Shit. It just didn't seem to work very well. Like, I think, wasn't there one year, I'm pretty sure, where I lost Noah Bolter unexpectedly? So I don't really want that to happen again. Oh, 15 seconds. Can we take it the length of the field? No. No. No, too far back now. Damn. Yeah, Aiden, 100%. Like for the play career mode, I'll be a bit flat if you just drafted and straight into the seniors and playing football. Like it just wouldn't feel realistic, would it? Like, if you get drafted, you'd want to be having to play VFL, having to earn your spot, and then maybe you start at starting a sub shit just in general, but limited game time in the AFL. Maybe you get subbed a couple of times, like taken off the ground, like things like that to make it as realistic as possible. I think is super important. So I'll be really hoping that they were, oh god, that they were able to do some of that.
He's besieged. No free kick, and they've got a stoppage in a dangerous position.
Oh, I'm not that good of a player, but I'm okay. I mean, I haven't played for a while, obviously, as I've just handballed to the opposition and they've scored a goal. But playing on hardest, often it's relatively challenging. But that was a bad bit of play there by me. Oh, I thought I was able to smother that. Declan has it going. I'd like to see in-game rotation be a bit more automatic, midfield and a forward. Yeah, well, you can have automatic interchange on. The problem that I had with it, and I think a lot of people had with it, is the AI wasn't smart enough to understand the positions. So, for example, I would have like Nankervis get interchanged off for like a Ryan Mansell, but then Ryan Mansell would end up in the ruck, so it wouldn't actually put my backup ruckman in or my centre half forward into the ruck. It would, it would just put the player that come on to the ground in the ruck, which didn't really work. So I'm really hoping they fix that part because the auto interchange is pretty vital in terms of your stamina and things like that.
It's been a great duel between the two big men. Gives it everything.
I just kind of didn't have enough time to keep streaming Vert gaming. Like things in life just became really full on with like work and then kids, the podcast and everything. And it probably just became a matter of I had to try and pick and choose what I was doing and utilize my time as best as possible. And I felt I was better and more suited and more knowledgeable with the podcasting stuff than the gaming stuff. But I'll definitely be firing up the stream. We'll definitely still play some AFL23, and it just may not be as frequent as what it was previously. And then I tried to turn the YouTube channel into like a family vlogging channel, but then that didn't really, again, a time thing. It just didn't have time to do it all. Remind me of the Uze game plan. Well, it depends on which quarter we're talking about, Yuji. If it's the quarters where we play well, I'll take it. Ah, shit. Didn't spoil it. Teammate grades would be elites. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Like in NBA 2K. It's not a bad shout. We actually watched some of the family vlogs again the other night. We showed the boys. They were wanting to... I don't know why they were wanting to watch them. There's only about 5 of them. But yeah. It was fun doing some of the challenges against like the bottle flip and time zone stuff and whatever. Oh, they're going to score another one in red time. That is very Richmond-like. Yeah, that would be good, Declan, if it was smart enough to do that. Oh, goddamn.
To bring it back in. Look at him go. Through the centre square he goes. Bends off well.
Oh, shit, I haven't got time. Kick it! What a goal! What a coast-to-coast goal! So good. Didn't think I was going to get there in time for that. That's a cracker. That was touch and go, trying to watch the clock, bounce the ball, dodge and handball, and then kick. I don't even know how I'm going to clip that, but that was a really good goal. Decided, yeah. That's right, yeah, player grade decides if you get picked or not. I like it, I think that'd be good. Simply James, welcome mate, hope you're doing well. Yeah, very keen to test that next week, absolutely, absolutely. You know, first and foremost, hopefully it's the completed full version of the games. I remember the last time we went, it was... I think it was just a bit before the final version. I can't remember what happened with that, what the reasoning behind that was. But Jamara wouldn't have a teammate grade. But I'm looking forward to seeing all the new features, the mechanics. I'm not expecting too much on the graphic side of things, and that's not a slight at the game. I just think the game graphically was already really good. That was, in my opinion, the graphics were probably one of the strongest parts of the game, given what we've come from and the budget's allowed and shit like that. I thought the graphics were quite good. So I'm expecting it to look somewhat similar. And I just hope that just because it may look graphically similar, I hope people don't confuse that with being the same game, assuming that there's a lot of difference technically, mechanically, gameplay-wise. Oh, Dusty, stop it. Yes! So, yeah, hopefully there's enough noticeable differences with the different game modes and things like that. But no, very much looking forward to it. Hoping to see quite a bit of the play career stuff. Oh, no. No, I hit spoil. Kane Potts on your my career. We need the big cockshell back. Remember him? He was a good one. Jeez, but there's still time. There's still time. I don't want to say there's not time. Oh no. Dusty! Get in, son! Come on. God, he's a good player, Dusty. IRL. G'day, Orko, hey mate. Even as a D's fan, I appreciate the kind words. Did you watch the behind frenemy lines that we did with Adrian? Did you watch that one? He's a ripper. The debrief, very good show. I'm sure you're well across it. But no, your D's were far too good for us on Anzac Eve as Jack Rewalt. Oh. Oh, shit. Kick it. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, the D's were just that third quarter absolutely dominated us. Just very, very good football it was from them. Like, the pressure rating was over 240. That is insane. I can't recall a time that that's happened recently. Cockshell be career mode. I know. No, surely you're not going to lose to the Eagles this week. That can't be possible. They are in all sorts of trouble. Oh, insufficient intent. Okay, no, it's probably fair enough. But why do you think you'll lose to the Eagles? Tell you what, this has been a pretty good come from behind win, folks. Just saying, on hardest. To go ahead in the last quarter, that is a great win. 1 point victors. I'm still not half bad at it. Bolton, yeah, I always knew Frederick. I always knew that Bolton was going to be elite for you guys. It was always why I knew that he would make a massive difference with the way you guys play. So yeah, it's look on one hand it's hard seeing him do so well for another team, but it's also not surprising. We are very happy for him. It was very, very good. Did I unlock any objectives, I wonder? Wait, where's that? Oh, it says daily rewards. That's cool. Objectives. I don't even know if I've unlocked any. It's Melbourne, mate. I still don't have faith in the current footy department long term. So, are you saying that you wouldn't have Goodwin as coach? I would assume that might tear or might divide a lot of people. I reckon we'll get done by the Hawks this week. I mean, it's the 100-year game. It's a pretty big milestone. It's pretty significant for them. I think we'll hang tough for a quarter or two. I actually think our key defenders will do reasonably okay against them. It's their small forwards that I think will cause a bit of the damage. And I think depending on what we do lineup-wise, if we don't keep an extra tall to be able to man up all three of Sicily, Barras, and Battle, then that will hurt us drastically. So I think we need to just be a bit more clever about our selections as well. So I'll be interested to see what we do there. But no, I'm not holding out high hopes. Doing footy tips, Blues, or I would maybe go Adelaide, but see their big forwards are very good as well. So, but anyway, I'm jumping off now because I've got a Netflix show to watch. I just wanted to do a quick stream and make sure it works. I appreciate you all jumping on to check it out. I should try and clip one of those goals at the end there. It was that was pretty good. Good to see I've still got some touch and some form in that. But yeah, thank you all for jumping on. Appreciate the love and support, and I will keep you updated with more AFL26. The camera's there. I'll keep you updated with more AFL26 stuff and more Richmond stuff and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in, and I'm glad to see it all works. And I'll see you all hopefully for when AFL26 drops, if not the videos beforehand. So keep an eye out for all the stuff being posted from, there'll be other content people as well, I dare say. But yeah, keep an eye out for that, and we'll get cracking into some AFL 26 on May